Greetings from Dystopia, episode 116. Nothing but feeshin. We're going to head back out and go back to Shadow Creek. I'll walk down to the bridge and take a couple casts there and see what I can find. And then we'll go back to where I left off yesterday. Had feedback from a friend who's never fly fished before. Looking to try it out. He asked if yesterday on that section where the frog jumped in, if I was nymphing because I had the rod straight out instead of the tip pointed at the water. Yine. Yes and no. Again, this is that purist mentality, and a lot of people, they would say, no, he wasn't nymphing. He didn't have a nymphing rod. He wasn't using a nymphing line. He wasn't using a leader of X length. He wasn't even using a nymph. Take all that crap with a grain of salt. What I was doing is I had that Kebari, which I know you know because I sent you a few. As I was walking up to that pool, right before the frog jumped, actually, I saw a small chub take a water strider off the surface. So that told me, okay, they're a little more surface oriented as far as feeding. So I just dropped that Kebari onto the surface of the water, let it float on surface tension, and just skittered the rod just a little bit to make the fly dance and create the ripples. On top of the water. And of course, the hook was too big. Anyways, so yeah, it technically was not nymphing, but I adapted the nymphing technique, or technically that's dapping. But like I said, they're all tools in a toolbox. Don't overthink it. Fishing is not that difficult. It doesn't need to be difficult, but yet people want to overcomplicate it. Yeah, there's certain techniques for certain types of water that are deadly accurate. As far as the precision and getting down there to the depth that the fish are at and getting the fish. But when you're just starting out, don't worry about it. That did make me think about it a little bit yesterday. I want to bring my Riverworks rods with me up to Wisconsin and build out a couple nymphing lines for those rods. They're both tactical nymphing rods. But yeah, I want to build out a couple rod lines or a couple lines for them and get out and play with those a little bit. And I'm also so looking forward to getting the Kurenai up there on the driftless streams. And that was another comment when I said the streams up there, 4, 5, 6 feet wide. The fact is, many of them that you will fish up there are sidewalk width or narrower. The deer out in the cornfield over here. But yeah, so you need to work on your casting a little bit for up there. But, there's the majority are 6 feet or wider. But yeah, there are quite a few that you're casting the sidewalk surrounded by weeds. So you got to get it right down just right. That's another place where you can apply nymphing techniques to save your bacon, because you can actually, pick your spot, we'll say near a pool or near a deep little pocket. And by taking, it's the advantage to nymphing rods or even tenkara rods because they're long, and you can take your line and set it upstream and just let it drift down in the current in front of you and past you. So it's kind of like a dead drift in conventional fly fishing. You can do it with a conventional or weighted nymph. Even Kebari drive them into the water, they sink. So, yeah, there's a lot of... Again, it's one of those things, I'm not going to tell you the right way or the wrong way to do something. I may explain a rough technique, and it's just basically I'm handing you a screwdriver and showing you a different way to use it, or a hammer. It's probably a more appropriate analogy because you're hammering on the fish when the fishing's good. All right, guys, let me get up here to the creek, and I'll see you guys down. Yeah, we'll go to the bridge first, but I got to put my boots on first. All right, guys, we'll see you in a bit. All right, I'm here. So in the interest of going light, I'm going to leave this camera here, and I'll just take my iPhone and the GoPro. I didn't bring my regular digital, but yeah, either way, iPhone. I'll take my phone. Anyway, yeah, so I'll just take the GoPro, my phone, and head on down. See you in a bit. All right, so I'm going to head back to where I fished the last time with the Kurenai down in that little, down in the ravine over on the farther north side, and then kind of work my way back south. So I'll see you in a bit. One fish. Had a nice chub on, but he came unbuttoned at the last second, so it's fishing. See you in a bit. All right, we're heading down there. I don't know if I want to take that route again. It's down to that big tree and going down along the tree that's down. And there's about a 3-foot jump. But that's the best way down there. Well, I didn't have to jump. Remember I said I wasn't going to slide down that hill over there? I did anyways, about 6 feet on my duff. I didn't take into account all of the rain, and it's got this whole hillside coming down like that. It's just a giant mudslide, so I wound up falling on my ass. Lightly though. Doesn't matter what I want to do. It's what the hill decides I'm going to do. There's the view of one boot. The other one's pretty clean, but this hand I already washed off. I was in mud almost up to the top of the watch there because I threw my hand down to stabilize myself and just go with the slide. But yeah, I slid anyways. At least I didn't hurt myself. Salt, sweat in my eyes. All right, so we're going to work this hole. Then I'm going to work that hole again back there. Alright, we'll see you guys in a bit. Switching to the GoPro. See a bunch of chubs right here. Coming right towards me. Some sunfish too. There's the big boy. Calm down. Fuckers are hungry. Almost sent that little shit flying. Oh. Green sunfish. That's a nice boy there. Rock rolled over. Ah, it's too shallow. Hold still. Calm down. Alright, well that was 5 chubs and 1 sunfish. I noticed I missed a couple of them because I actually hit the power button once. Get off my head. Hit the power button once, and that actually put it into still mode instead of shooting video. So I lost a little bit of footage there because of stupidity. But, you know, they're chubs. They're not huge. Although I did catch one big one, and I'm hoping he's on camera because he was about 7.5 inches. So we'll work my way downstream here and figure out if I'm going to stay in or head out. It's about 1:40, so I need to actually start heading back to the house here in a little bit, but I'll show you this log. This is that set of logs I was talking about the other day. You know, it doesn't look too bad, but once you get up on it, you're kind of hosed. unless you want to wade through, and I don't feel like messing with all of the minnows down here. I'm sure here you can see all the damselflies, and there's a couple hundred minnows working right here. Easily 100. Hopefully they're showing up. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it's a hike up that hill. I'll switch camera on in a minute, but yeah, I decided just to cut it. Head back to the house. There's always another day, but not tomorrow. It's gonna be too hot out here tomorrow. Speaking of hot, for those of you that say I don't drink enough water, look at it, man. Got mud all up on my pack. I'd hate to see what my tuchus looks like. Everything closed, yep. So yeah, the creek, you can see it down there, it's dead in the middle. And then you gotta work up this hill. It's kind of hard to tell you the angle, but maybe if I go this way, now I'm gonna tilt the camera and line my horizon lines with the incline of the hill so you can see. And this is actually a little bit steeper right here because it's starting to wear, but still makes for a good bit of exercise. Becoming convinced that this is the ultimate small creek dynamic duo. My 2-weight Yoda rod and 300 Kurenai. I wish I would have brought my other pack with me, the sling, the one with the fixed line rods, the camouflage one. Cause yeah, I'm carrying 2 rods in my hand. Cause that's the one bad thing about the Sims bag, is it's not designed to carry a rod. It's, you know, assuming you're carrying the rod in your hand. So the Zimmer-built guide sling takes into account that you're using rods that collapse, you know. Alright, walk back up. I'll see you guys at the car. Heat index jumped 14 degrees. The time I was down fishing in the creek, it jumped up 14 degrees. So yeah, the walk back to the car was brutal. Now I'm sitting there with the air conditioning on. Changed out my boots. Put my shoes on and clean socks. Almost time to head home, just eating lunch. Same as always. I don't know. I have a pack of tuna in there. I may eat the tuna too. Alright. Let me get driving. I'll eat while I'm driving. And then I'll come back to you guys. See you in a bit. Yes, the smell of wading boots in the van. It's either wading boots or waders, depending on the time of the year. So it can be a little ripe sometimes. One guy equated it to the smell of a dead goat in a locker room. It's not that bad, but yep. And so I'm not sure what the game plan is for tomorrow. It's World Listening Day. So I will be going out to get that recording, and I'll shoot some video with you guys, but I don't know if I'm going to go fishing or stay out super long just because of the high temps tomorrow. Play it by ear. The audio recording, I have to go back and look. I think they only need half an hour, so I'll take a look at that and then figure it out tonight. And again, play it by ear tomorrow. Oh, traffic's backed up going into Plainfield too, into the town here. Ugh! Anyway, I guess we'll call it here since I'm going to get frustrated at traffic in a minute. So, yep, I'll go get this edited and get it up there for you. Appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, please. And that's it. Alright, guys, we'll see you. Good, be well. See you tomorrow. And wear your damn masks. Bye-bye, guys. Is it just me, or did anybody else just hear the Windows XP theme?